Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into something pretty special. We're going to unlock some ancient wisdom for a very modern problem, that constant search for inner peace. We're going to explore how a 2,000-year-old text, the Bhagavad Gita, is actually a timeless and, a surprisingly practical guide for our lives today.
So, let's just start with a big question. What if the real answer to your daily stress and anxiety wasn't in some new app or the latest life hack, but in a conversation that happened on a battlefield thousands of years ago? We're not looking at the Gita as some dusty old relic. We're treating it like a living, breathing guide for right now. Okay, so our first key dives straight into one of the biggest things that drives us crazy in modern life, our obsession with results and that constant worry about what's going to happen next. The Gita has a name for this. It calls it mastering the art of action. Now, this is one of the most famous verses in the entire text. Karmanye Vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. It translates to something really simple but profound. You have a right to your actions, but never to their fruits. This single idea is the foundation of what's known as karma yoga, the yoga of action. I mean, that's a huge shift in how we think, right? The Gita is basically telling us to pour all our energy into the work itself, the effort, the focus, the dedication. But the outcome, the fruit of all that labor, well, that's actually out of our hands. And you can see how this has a really practical effect on your mindset. When you pour your energy into the process, not the prize, the fear of failure just starts to dissolve. You let go of that anxiety because, hey, you've done your part. You start to trust that the results will show up as they should when they should. And when you start thinking this way, it can totally change your daily life. All of a sudden, answering emails, working on a project, even doing chores, it's not just a means to an end anymore. The action itself becomes the point. Your work actually becomes a practice in mindfulness, a kind of meditation. So, if the first key is all about what we do, the second one is about how we feel while we're doing it. This is the power of balance, and it builds directly on top of that first idea. This short but really powerful phrase, Yogastha Kuru Karmani, sets the stage for our internal state. It means perform your actions while steadfast in yoga, or to put it more simply, get yourself balanced and then do your work. It's an instruction for your mind, not just your body. So the instruction here is super clear. Establish yourself in that state of balance first, before you even start the work. The goal is to build a mind that doesn't go crazy with celebration when you win or fall into a pit of despair when you lose. It just stays steady, calm, centered through all of it. And this isn't about some fleeting good mood. It's a discipline. It's a practice. It's the ability to meet both triumph and disaster with an even mind, a mental calmness and composure, no matter what life throws at you. This practice has a name. It's called the Yoga of Equanimity. Okay, so here's where it all really clicks together. Key 1 tells you to detach from the result of your actions. Then, Key 2 tells you how to manage your mind regardless of that result. You do the work without attachment and you stay balanced whether you get the promotion or not, win the game or lose. It's a complete system for inner stability. And that brings us to our third and final key, which really gets at the heaviest burden of all, that constant grinding weight of our worries. This is the freedom of faith. Now, this verse, Sarva Dharman Parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja, is considered by a lot of people to be the ultimate teaching of the Gita. It translates to, abandon all duties and just surrender unto me. Whoa, it's a message of profound release and trust. Okay, let's talk about that word surrender, because it can be tricky. This isn't about giving up or being passive. It's an active letting go. It's a conscious choice to release the anxieties, the what-ifs, and all the fears you've been carrying, and to place your trust in a higher process, a divine plan. And the practical benefits of this are just immense. You're still applying the first two keys, doing your best with a balanced mind, but then you add this final incredibly powerful layer. You let go, trusting that you are supported by something bigger than yourself. This is the ultimate freedom from the prison of worry. So how do we put this all together? Well, these three keys aren't just separate ideas. They actually form a clear, cohesive path that you can start walking every single day.
So here it is, the complete journey. It starts with your actions. Focus on your effort. Then it moves to your mind. Cultivate balance. And finally, it expands to your spirit. Have faith and let go of worry. Action, mind, and faith. It's a complete framework for navigating life with just a bit more grace and tranquility.
So as we finish up, I'll just leave you with this question. And look, you don't have to master all three of these at once. Maybe today is just about focusing on your work without anxiety. Or maybe it's about trying to stay calm when things don't go your way. Which key feels most needed in your life right now? The path to inner peace really does begin with a single step.